Apparently, I have to keep expanding to be able to see everybody.
Up to
And
a point, then you can't. Then we get more pages.
And
Hey, Angela.
Scott's
Hey.
head
Hey.
just kind of like appeared above below everybody.
There are a lot of people here. This is cool.
All right.
It's all here.
Thank you for the Prosecco gummies.
You're welcome.
I think she's frozen.
I'm
Angela,
not frozen.
you're frozen.
I'm not
You're
frozen.
frozen.
I'm still eating my dinner, so I didn't want everybody to have
We
to
want to watch
me
you do that. Come
Oh,
on.
I thought
I'm
she was
doing
like
it.
on Botox and she just
All
couldn't move.
All right,
Just
hear
like, I
ye,
just
hear
go to work
ye.
meetings eating.
Welcome to
Everyone
the
gets to look.
third book club. Who read the book?
I did.
All of it? In its entirety?
All of it.
All of it. Yep.
I read it in high school. Does that
Not much.
count?
We established audiobook does count.
Shay read it.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. Does that count?
There was a movie. Hey,
All right, so what'd you think?
I loved it.
Who wants to
Started
start?
slow, but it got better.
Yeah, Holly can attest to the fact that it started slow,
I'm still
and so did
haven't
she.
gotten to the good part yet.
How far are you?
Like page 62, 58. something.
She'll be
I
done
just
for
can't
next
focus
December.
on
Yes.
any of it.
He barely
No
dropped
problem.
bread out of his pocket.
I thought it started slow, and I wasn't really getting into it until like the thing with the Mrs. Havisham started, and I thought like that was like the twist that got me, and then after that, and then when I was done, I thought it was incredibly good. Like I thought there were all kinds of unforeseen changes. I didn't see any of it coming. I thought it was a really good book, and I'd never read it. So,
Well, like for its time, you got to consider that, because you got to think of like all the kind of movies and books and stuff that we've read now. And if you put that book back in that time, it's like, holy shit, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I kind of thought about that while I was reading it.
I didn't think of it that way, but that's a good point, because
Yeah.
to me, it took a long time to develop, and everything just kind of went really kind of slow, and you just, like Scott said, you had to push through and get to that part where it kind of intrigued you, and then it went. But still, there was a lot of details. It was just like, wow.
I feel like that's kind of how British stuff sometimes is, even today though, is that
Yeah, you're right.
there's a lot of detail and it starts slow, because I feel like it was about halfway I was really struggling. Like I wasn't reading it during the week, the first half, because I just couldn't focus. I would like read the whole page and have no idea.
Mhm.
I don't know, halfway through that second section, I kind of got more intrigued. Went pretty fast to the second half.
I found that I couldn't focus if I I started off listening to it on audiobook.
Mhm.
So I could do it while I was running or walking, and I chose a narrator that was reading it in an English accent, and that I found that when I would run and listen to it, I would get a couple miles down the road and I'd be like, what the hell did I just, like, I had no clue what had just happened. And so I stopped doing that, and I ordered the book and then got the book and started reading it. And I found myself reading in an English accent,
That's funny.
just to make it flow. But I'm with Scott. It's like, I felt super lost until I got to the part with Miss Haversham, and then it was a lot easier. And then I kind of got lost a little bit after that again, and I found that I'd pick it up and I'd read 5 pages and then I'd put it down, and I didn't finish it. And then I read all of the, I don't know, whatever that site is that you can get like all the Cliff Notes stuff or whatever, and I quick read through that today during a break, and I'm really disappointed that I didn't make it through the book, because I think it would get really good. So I hope that I finish it.
Cheater.
No,
I
Spark
cheated
Notes
too.
great.
Don't shame
Yeah,
her.
Spark. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Highly recommend.
I did kind of get lost in the part where he was once he became like a fancy man and he was doing fancy man things with his buddy, like I didn't really know what they were all doing or what they were all talking about, but I just figured they're just doing fancy man things. You know, like that part of the story, I didn't really.
Just kind
Yeah,
of
I
reading.
got lost into that. And then, like, I think I started picking back up whenever his sister got attacked. And
Yeah.
then started getting good again. And then it kind of drifted off a little bit. And then let's see, what was the other thing that happened? I guess like when his sister died. And then it kind of got really good, and then it started getting rolling, like kind of there. But yeah, like once he went to London, like for the audiobook that I listened to, it was kind of confusing because like Pimp talked in the like the little boy voice, and then once he went to London, it was the same like little boy voice. And so I was like, what the fuck? What? Yeah, I kind of got lost in that part, but
Yeah, that would be confusing.
yeah, it was. But then it's like, then he started talking, like a man, I guess. And then it was, then I could understand it a little bit better.
I think that like they didn't like it for me when he went to London. I'm like, how old is he now? I could not figure out how old he was, which is probably why you were still reading it in a little boy voice, because it's like, is he 16? Is he 19? How old is he? So that's I was like, I can't understand how old he is. So
Right.
The one I read, which I had to return to the library a couple weeks ago, but it had an appendix, like a bunch of appendices in the back, and one of them said it gave like his age in the third stage of his expectations, and it said he was 23 at that point. And I can't remember, at some point I like kind of figured out, because it had said how much time had gone by, so I was kind of trying to figure out like in the second stage about how old he was. But yeah, because that was hard, and I just happened to like randomly turn to that page where it said it, and I was like, oh good, that's helpful.
okay.
It was also like the third from the last book that he wrote too, like chronological.
I didn't know that.
What did you say?
Wow.
He only wrote 2 more books after that. So, and then he wrote maybe like 15 books before.
What was the 2 books after that then?
Our Mutual Friend and The Mystery of Edwin Drood.
The Mystery of Edwin Drood never actually finished. I stage managed a musical in college for that. It's really good, the musical is, but it was never actually finished because he died in the middle of writing it.
My parents have the entire collection of Dickens. I don't think I've ever seen anyone ever read it. I think it's more of like an ornamental. I never read Dickens before this. It's just like decorative in the living room.
Well, you know that 99 cent or that cheap book thing that I've been subscribing to since I started reading this book. They had Oliver Twist. I think there was 3 of them altogether that came through at the 99 cents. So I bought those, and because I would read another book by him.
Oh yeah.
It made me want to read The Christmas Carol because it's Christmas time.
Well, you already know that story.
Well,
Everybody knows that story from like what, kindergarten?
Scrooge some people might be on the Scrooge McDuck version though.
Yes.
Hey, Scrooge McDuck was awesome. That's been back when they made real cartoons.
There's also a really good Flintstones one.
Really?
Yeah, from like the late mid-80s.
Okay, complete tangent here. I could never get over how the Flintstones were celebrating Christmas whenever Jesus was never born yet.
Good point.
I could not understand it at all.
Anybody,
Still don't have jetpacks.
Did anybody not like the book that wants to like bitch about how bad it was?
I
Me.
didn't like it.
Who was that?
I don't really care.
It was like
Turtle?
one big, long, giant fucking run-on sentence.
Did you finish? You finish the whole thing, Tiffany?
I think that when I quit, I was like 2/3 the way through it.
It's hard to read.
And then I tried over and over again to pick it up, but it's like, by the time I got to the end of one sentence, I had no idea what the fuck he was starting to talk about in the beginning, because you just go off on this tangent describing things.
I don't know if this is unique to this to this style of writing or this era of writing, but I found that this is not a book that I could do like 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. I felt like I had to sit down and dig in order to really be getting into it. Like it was important that I didn't just, like, I'm reading that Ready Player 2 book right now. I could read like one page of it, like, you know, and I'm fine. But this book did not work that way for me. I really had to focus.
You had to put your
Yeah.
time in.
Yeah, I had to get immersed in the whole scene and actually get into it and remember what it was doing before and just like almost be a part of the book and be right in it and really paying attention, because I couldn't do it driving or anything like that.
I did the reading it, and I did Audible, and I thought Audible would be better. Usually I focus on audiobooks better, and I was so lost trying to listen to the Audible. I think somewhere in the Audible is when his sister got attacked, and then when I read that happened later, I was like, I totally missed it.
I had the same, I mean, I felt like the same thing. I normally can focus really well with the audio, and I had no fucking clue. It was just like all over the place. But as soon as I started reading the words myself, then it was a lot easier, but I couldn't have any distractions. If my husband walked in the room or he was doing anything, I was done. I mean, closing the book, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And to be fair, I really thought that this was next week. So I really had, I was like, okay, I'm going to finish this damn thing. And I've had it sitting right next to everywhere that I go so that I can pick it up and do it. But sorry.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
Sky.
out of curiosity, was the Audible better or like the audiobook version better, or is it better just to get the pages? Like, is this I know this particular era of reading is kind of iffy. Is it like an English novel read by some kind of American person with like a Jersey accent, or is it actually sound legit for the time? Or
I got
Probably
the
get
Eddie
different
Izzard
people,
version.
right?
So
that's what I had
he's
too.
Straight up British, yeah.
Yeah.
I did a British version, but not the Eddie Izzard one because I knew I wouldn't be able to focus on his talking.
Right.
I tried to listen to his actual like autobiography, and I couldn't get into listening to it just because he's got such a melodic voice. It just so I went with this like regular British narrator that was on Audible.
Maybe that was the problem. Maybe I was like zoning out because it was Eddie Izzard's voice.
I was just checking because some of the audiobooks, like I'm reading an American version, like it's an entire series, but the audiobook is read by a British person, but it's clearly an American book, and it completely just screws everything up, and I'm like, that's not how you say that. So I was just checking. I prefer the audiobooks. I can get stuff done. I don't sit still very well.
I found it easier to focus with the audiobook with it cranked up to like 1.75 speed because the guy was reading so slowly.
Yeah, I actually crank it up to like 1.4 or 1.6.
See,
I got so lost in the audiobooks. Like that was the hard part for me with reading this, is that like if I didn't have the physical book in front of me where I could actually concentrate on the words, I just got lost. And I think that like the plot itself, there's like a million different twists. And so you're constantly waiting for that, but then there's these long extended times in between those twists where you're like, what the heck is happening right now?
Yeah, exactly. I got about a third into it, and I had to really concentrate, kind of convert whatever was written on the page to my thinking, or at least my language, before it would start to hook for me.
I was always so afraid I was missing something because I felt like it was just spinning or I wasn't focused or something. And I thought, what am I missing here? Like, what's happening? And is this a big thing that I just can't figure out? Is my brain not wrapping around what's going on? Oh.
I also thinking like physically reading it, there's like a million gems for quotes in there that I was like, wow, that's phenomenal. But when I was listening to it, I'm like, what the heck did he just say?
This would be a very hard book for somebody with severe ADD. Like, no way they could do this.
Oh, crap. I have
I don't.
ADHD, man.
I got through it. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, but I listened to it on audio. I had to slow it down just to kind of catch the accent and stuff, because what's funny is Old English is our English, but it's not our English.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
That's
That's
how
how
a lot of stuff in there too that was like I grew up on a farm, and like I knew a blacksmith, and I've actually done forge work and different things like that, and there were little things in there. I can't recall any of them now, but I'm like, if no one has done this, they don't know what the hell the guy just said.
Yeah.
Did you give a file to a prisoner at one point?
No, I never did that. Spent some time in a cemetery though.
Are the other Charles Dickens books this good?
That's the only one I've ever read.
Yeah.
I read Hard Times.
Was it good?
It's just different. Like Great Expectations is funny to me. There's a lot of humor in it. Hard Times is more serious. I mean, I don't know, like at the moment when you found out that who Pip's benefactor was, that's when I couldn't stop. Like I thought it just got so good at that point. And
But did you have an idea of who it was? I mean, I kind of did. I was like,
I didn't see it coming at all.
I didn't. I mean, I think, obviously we were meant to imagine that it was Miss Havisham, and, but then you kind of know, well, wait, that would be too obvious. And I kept thinking the convict is going to come back at some point, but I didn't
think it was going to be that way.
When they
And
kept
then-
cycling back to the convict, it's like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be.
And then wasn't it cool how Pip started by like hating the idea that this guy is the one that was his benefactor, and then you saw him change to where at the end he was like there for him and holding his hand, and I don't know. I really loved that. I liked he came around and cared for him at the end of his life.
I don't understand why he cared where the money came from. Like that wouldn't have bothered me at all.
Because his entire life he was trying to get away from being just this orphan who was raised up by hand with these people that he felt were less than anything else, and he just wanted to be a gentleman so that he could have the girl, the fancy girl. So of course he's going to be like, oh my gosh, how does this happen that this is the dude that gave me all the cash?
Because then it blew the whole thing with him getting together with Estella. Suddenly it was like, wait, maybe I'm not supposed to be with her.
Yeah, who's had an Estella in their life?
Not until I read this book did I ever think that the Alanis Morissette song was about the same person.
Yeah, that was cool. I actually didn't know that either, but it came out and I was like, wow.
Wait, which song?
I can't remember the name of it.
I think I missed that.
Did Stella get her groove back at some point?
Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah, it's on Jagged Little Pill.
Okay.
She went to an island to do that, didn't she?
I'll look it up.
Okay, so is it okay to talk about spoilers then?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought the funny part was when Miss Havisham caught on fire and fell out the window. I laughed.
Yeah, where'd that come from? That was like, all of a sudden she was on fire.
She deserved to be on fire. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like she groomed this girl, and then she groomed this boy to fall in love with this girl that was going to end up breaking his heart. And I was like,
she groomed him to hate men, and bad experience.
I don't understand how she lived so long. Like,
that's what I kept
house,
thinking.
Like never seeing the sunlight. How would she? Like I was like, oh my god, I would wither.
She was already doing that weird. She was already doing that weird thing, walking around the room and acting like she was about to die. And then it was like, how much longer until she actually did die? That was pretty weird.
It's from the Alanis Morissette song, All I Really Want. She says, I'm like a Stella. I like to reel it in and then spit it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it was good because at the end, she came around and kind of got out of that phase that she was in. When she finally walked off into the sunset with Pip, she was a better woman. That's what I.
Who picked the book? Do we know?
It's Billy.
No, I mean, who is taking this to their desert island?
Oh.
Wouldn't you
Not
know?
me.
You think they changed their pick now?
Hell no.
Oh, no.
I don't remember who
I
the
hope
person
whoever
was.
picked it had read it and knew that what they were getting into.
Well, there's been
Usually
a few
not.
people that, like, for example, the guy that put War and Peace, he just said, because I figured I'd be able to read it, I'd have time.
Will you leave the elf alone, please?
So.
I have a Neil Stevenson book I've been trying to get through for about 2 years that
Oh,
I pick
crap.
up every once in a
I'm
while.
sorry.
I start reading through it,
Is that
and then I stop. It's Cryptonomicon.
Okay.
It's a great book, but
I thought it would
Haven't
be a
finished
bad desert island book, Because
I
once
figured I'd have enough time to finish it.
Yeah, but once you get past the plot twist and all that, and the spoilers, I don't know if it's going to be that good.
No.
Second time around.
But you figure it's thick enough. I mean, that's going to give you some serious fire stuff,
Oh,
You're going to have
yeah.
some Kindle. Lots of Kindle
Start
going on.
memorizing it.
I feel like you need something tried and true that you're going to be able to read more than once because you don't know how long. You don't want to be Tom Hanks talking to the volleyball out there.
Right. I wouldn't be too bad, I don't think.
I'm horrible at reading books more than once.
Talk to my cat, there's no difference.
Oh,
That's true. I
really?
do have a lot of conversations with the pup.
Don't think the volleyball's talking back. The cat has a chance.
Who's never read a book more than once? I mean, some books you've just got to read them over and over because every
I've never-
single time you'll find one little piece. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe I missed that.
I can't stand to read a book more than once. Ugh.
I used to do it on accident.
Why
I'd
do they
read a
make
book
them
and get half through it and then realize, I think I've read this already.
Why did they make him keep his name Pip?
Oh, good question.
Since he had all that.
First of all, who names their kid Pip?
Well, that wasn't his name, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
my
that was
neighbor's
part of the
dog's
stipulation for getting the cash was he couldn't change his name, and I'm just wondering why.
Maybe it's because he wouldn't. I mean, how else is he going to find a cat? You know what I mean? Like,
Didn't he
maybe
explain
it's just like a crumb trail for him to be able to locate him.
Well, didn't he explain his name to the prisoner or something because they were in the cemetery?
In the beginning, yeah.
So maybe that had something that, because it was the convict, so maybe that had something to do with why he wanted him to keep it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a strange thing that we never figured out. Like, I don't remember him asking him that.
Maybe it was just his way of forcing his hand to stay connected to like the lower class that he was in. Oh.
I think we're just not fancy enough to identify with his expectations.
Oh my god.
Well, he hated his expectations by the end. He hated that he did that.
I don't know. I thought Joe was like one of the highlights of the book. Kind of, and he ended up with Liddy, which he's, that's kind of the funny thing. It's like, okay, I guess I don't know how old Joe is. That's the thing I couldn't figure out. Because Joe was with Pip's sister, and then she died, and then...
She dies?
What's that?
Not Pip. Pip didn't die.
No, Pip doesn't die.
She dies?
The sister dies. Then...
I had no idea. But it's okay.
His sister that was married to the blacksmith.
Yeah, I
How's
know.
How's that stout going?
But they weren't married though, were they? Weren't they just
Ollie,
like living together and shacking up?
You would have liked these twists because then the woman that Pip went back for, the blacksmith ended up marrying. So
Yeah,
Pip
he was like,
didn't get
yeah, he
to.
was going back to be like, okay, I fucked up, and this is the girl I should be with. And then he goes there and he's like, oh wow, the guy that's kind of my father figure is now fucking the girl that I like.
That
was my favorite part though. Like I was really afraid that it was gonna end like too happy and he would like go back and marry Biddy and everything would be wonderful. And I didn't want that. So when I read that part that she had married Joe instead, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
His. Yep.
Yeah, well, like it seems like the story was supposed to be, he goes and then the Mrs. Havisham sets him up. He becomes a dandy, goes back and marries Estella, and they live happily ever after. And then that's just not the story that ended up happening.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You missed it, Holly.
Yeah, I just ruined the book for you.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Cat
still-
sent me a
Really
message
posted
in
quite
all
the long
caps.
synopsis.
Pip with like explanation points when she got to the twist.
Welcome to the TJM Cliff Notes.
I love it.
Now I'm gonna have to read the book because apparently it almost sounds like very closely like there might have been some kind of mixed up step family orgy going on somewhere.
No, it's like that.
That was
It's not-
Cannery Row. Cannery Row had the orgy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I had Elf on a
I
Shelf
didn't get that far.
distractions.
All right, well, I'm the next picker.
Oh God.
Yep, Scott finished the book first, so I was like, okay, you're picking.
Is that the new rule?
I didn't realize it was
No,
the
I-
case.
Well, shit, I finished the audiobook like months ago.
Months.
Someone finished years ago, right? They should have been picked then.
Yeah. Well, he picked me, so you're stuck with me. And
Well, yeah.
I thought long and hard about this because I thought if we did like War and Peace or something, Holly was going to quit the book club forever. So I wanted something that's a little more manageable for the holiday season.
Cat in the Hat.
So I picked Illusions, the story of a reluctant Messiah, which is I did not pick as the book to put in the desert island, but it's one of my all-time favorite books that I probably read once a year, and it's not a difficult read. So even Holly will be able to finish this book. And Richard Bach's also one of my all-time favorite authors. I think this book was selected by Simon Butt, but I'm not. Oh, no. He picked The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't remember who picked it. But
Are you
but
going
I
to read
really
it
like
again?
Huh?
Are you going to read it again?
Yeah. You could read it in like a day.
Wait, what?
Me or you?
So it's probably better one to actually read the book, not do the audio.
Yeah, I would read the book for sure.
Is it on the desert island list?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
What's it by?
What's the name of it?
Richard
Oh, there it is.
Bach.
What's it called?
Illusions.
Illusions. Okay. I was going to say, is this going to be posted? Because I'm never going to remember that.
Mandy just posted the Amazon link in the
Richard Bach.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
The story of a reluctant Messiah.
Richard Bach?
It's 144 pages long.
Or Bach.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting some easy reading.
Mine says it's 114 pages.
Well, you have the right author because when I put it in the library, I come up with something else. It's teen fiction. I don't think that's what.
No, I got Richard Bach, Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah.
That's it. And if anybody can't afford it, send me a message and I'll buy it for you.
There.
She's picking that one.
Actually, I was trying to plan a trip to the library. Is this something I'm going to be able to find in a library?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, because, yeah, our library, you just have to call them and let them know what you're looking for. But Great Expectations, apparently they only have one copy of a Charles Dickens book. So
Somebody's
I was
had
kind
it
of
checked
SO.
out for the last 4 years.
If you iPhone, you can also get them pretty cheap on there too, like on iBooks. That's where I get all my audiobooks too.
Or I go to
I'm not
Half Price
fancy
Book.
like everybody
Like
else.
that,
I
though.
have a Galaxy, so it's G-Book everything.
So do I.
It's $13 on Amazon.
I think I'm gonna have to
All the
try it.
platform stuff.
The
My
Wait,
Kindle
library
what's
doesn't
on
have it.
Amazon?
Kindle version's like $7.
Yeah,
Is
Kindle
it?
was
Yeah,
Okay.
Kindle's only $6.99.
I like to have the book in my hand.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
do, but not for
Thrift
these
books.
books. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
I just prefer the audiobook because I can cook, I can take a shower, all while getting it read. It's completely efficient. Typically, because I drive all the time, I have to have very invigorating stuff going on that keeps my brain engaged so I can drive. So audiobooks, I've got tons of them.
I don't even know if this is available on Audible.
Does anybody know what mass market paperback means? I've never seen that.
Like when it has a cheap cover, or
Yeah,
like
it's
if they
just
make a
a
movie
cheaper
of it
bound.
and they make a new cover. Yeah.
Oh, so it
I
don't
got
fall
mine
apart
on
on you?
Amazon used for under $5.
There's one for I
I
got
use
one for
thrift
$1.47.
books to get it used.
Half Price Books also has an online store too.
I'm just thankful nobody like suggested like the Lord of the Rings series book set.
I think it's in the. I think the one of those is in the list, right?
It should be. All of them should be. And The Hobbit should be in there. And The Silmarillion should be in there. And The Tales of Tom Bombadil. All of them.
Whoa. Whoa.
But if it's only like one of them, it's like only half. It's only like a quarter of the story.
The original version of the Lord of the Rings, I think, or the Hobbit. Maybe it's the Hobbit. The original manuscript is at Marquette
The Hot.
University.
I'm
Milwaukee,
pretty.
in the
I'm
rare
pretty
book
sure
room.
the Hobbit is. Yeah.
There was like I had a professor, a philosophy professor that was deep into it, and one of his passions was to go there and look at the original book. That's Billy Wilson in 40 years.
Wait, where was it at?
Marquette University in Milwaukee in their rare book reading room.
I'm gonna have to make
Or
Can you
they're-
just look at it? You can't actually like.
No, I don't think they let you grab it.
No, that's boring.
Take it on with you.
Okay, Billy needs to write a book on how to grow a really great beard.
Well, it's taken.
Because I cannot physically do that, but it looks awesome.
Well, it takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, a lot of time.
It's not really
Time,
work,
dedication.
Billy. I mean, it's not like you're doing anything. You're just letting the hair grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't you have to like
I'm not
maintain
taking
it
that
and
to the
using, like,
desert island.
wax and stuff like that?
What's that?
Don't you have to like maintain that stuff? Like, don't you have to
Oh.
put like wax and stuff like that? Otherwise, it just gets unruly, right?
God, I sound like a diva saying this, but it takes me like 30 minutes to get ready in the morning.
He's using like a straightener, you guys, like one of those blow dryer things. Have you seen
Oh,
them? Where you
wow.
can like comb your beard and it makes it all perfect.
Yeah, I haven't bought that yet. I've thought about it, but
I
yeah,
know like he thinks about it. I love it.
I'm good. I can be ready to go to the moon in 5 minutes. So
I
I don't think I can handle that.
I bought it like a blow dryer because like I don't have hair, so it's like I don't need a blow dryer. So it's like, well, I can use it for my beard, and I've watched videos and bought the wax and the oil, and yeah.
The fuck, is this our next book?
Billy's beard.
How to
maintenance.
maintain a beard.
Billy's beard, the guide to.
I see kind of like a Fabio video going with him with the blow dryer just blowing his beard.
Don't give him any ideas. He doesn't need any more ideas.
I've got plenty. So
yeah,
He's probably already got that one in the stash. He's just been saving it.
I got one where I was flipping my hair to so glow, but
Oh
yeah,
my god.
it. Anyway,
So we just need to pick a date. We don't
I think-
need long. We could do 3 weeks on this.
We or you?
Holly, it's 140 pages long.
But I'm going to try to read Great Expectations and this one by the next one. So
Well, we're
I'm
not talking
actually
about
caught
Great
up.
Expectations anymore. It's done.
It's done.
Yeah, you
It's
But now I'm curious.
Well, you can still read it, but we're not going to talk about it anymore.
I
You have
know.
time. You
I
have time.
know. I
You
know.
have
I
time all.
know.
James, you have time all day to read it right now. It'll be a good distraction.
Yeah. Yeah. I have tons of time. I take the kid to the school in the morning, and then now 2 of them's going to be in school, and the wife is at work, and all I have is just stare at the wall. So,
Do we want to do this in December?
Yeah.
Maybe like between Christmas and New Year?
Boom. Let's do it.
The
That-
30th?
that-
30th?
that sounds perfect.
What is the book?
30th is good.
December 30th?
My audio
I'll
dropped.
be
What is-
packing for
what is the book?
Tuscobia.
Tuscobia ain't happening.
Wait, I know.
Glad we could make it a New Year's party.
I was still
No.
wishing in my head that it was happening.
For my
What's
actual New
you
Year's
signed up
party,
for,
I want to be
Angela?
with other people than you guys.
No, we can't have another New Year's. Scott, you can't have another New Year's party.
That'll be the next day.
Holly did the what dance did you do? And then all of a sudden, like 2020 went to shit. So it's all your fault.
She did the wobble.
Yeah.
She did the wobble.
Holly did the wobble. Now 2020 went to shit.
So if she does it again, it'll reverse it. 2021 will be okay.
Here we go.
No, the whole Friday the 13th and the full moon thing, that didn't work out for the second one. So.
Well, okay, Holly's doing the wobble on New Year's Eve again.
I
I
Reverse.
guess you can try
I
it.
think it's the shake by the Ying Yang Twins this year.
Or what about like the cha-cha slide?
There, I'll do that with you. That sounds like fun.
If you can do
We're not
that,
going to
you're
have a
way more
vaccine by New
coordinated
Year,
than I
so
am.
they're not going to be doing any cha-chas, okay?
I might.
You can cha-cha by yourself.
I could cha-cha by myself.
All right, so December
I just don't know
30th,
how to Charlie Brown.
Illusions by Richard Bach. And then I'll let the person who's going to pick the next book know.
Rob, fix the title once he posts it because it's going to be fucked up.
What do you mean?
Okay, will do.
What?
What was that all about?
Oak Miller's got
He
like,
means
like
that
certain
some of
things
us
he's
don't
very
understand how
particular
to
about.
read instructions. Yeah, so is when we look everything at it, we fucked up say for him all the December 1st. time?
That's right. I had to fix
Oak, just put this in your calendar, Oak Miller.
Crap,
December
what is it?
30th.
So does that mean it's the 1st, the 31st? What day is it?
December 30th at 7 o'clock.
And you better
The
send
first?
Angela a
And then,
reminder a
then you
week
can
ahead
just
of time.
ignore what the thing says.
Right.
Because you know.
7 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah, it's always my time.
You gotta
The
make
world
it
revolves around.
Nobody
My
gives a
time.
fuck about anybody else's time.
adjust according to your time zone.
It's TJM time.
Oh Lord.
Isn't your time our time?
Yeah.
Holly's actually seen that movie now. She knows what you're talking
Which
about.
one?
You have?
Fast
one?
Times at Ridgemont High.
I have. Yes.
Finally saw it.
The
Brad.
unrated version? Or the rated version, I mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
Brad looked
Yeah.
the back. Oh,
I've never seen it.
Pat, which one did I see?
Just the regular version. So
So the nudie version.
yeah, it was R-rated. There was nudity.
I
What's
don't
the
remember it
song
very
from
much.
the movie?
What?
I don't
What's
remember
the
it
best
very
song?
much.
What?
There
What
was a guy
really?
in a pirate suit, right?
That's
Yeah,
Brad.
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 And he quit his job and he's like,
Hey.
I quit.
Then he looks out the window at the pool, and the girl needs a Q-tip.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only rule
slow
of book
getting out of the
club,
pool
really.
scene with the red
Yes.
bikini.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Only rule of the book club is you got to keep your clothes on.
Yep. That's the best. That's actually the best song from that movie, in my opinion. Moving
We
Stereo.
were supposed to wear pants for this.
There's actually, if you listen to the, like I have
No.
the DVD of Fast Times, and the commentary for the DVD, if you do the commentary version, is Cameron Crowe and his wife, who's Nancy Wilson from the band Heart, and she picked the songs for the movie, and it's very interesting to listen to them because they go deep into like all the different characters and all the actors and all this like inside baseball to making the movie. But there's this scene when, I don't know if you remember, but the guy he gives advice to his buddy, and one of his advice for the date is to put in side 2, Led Zeppelin 4, whatever. And that's not the song they play when the guy goes on the date. They play Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. There's like a whole discussion about that. Really interesting.
Nice.
Cat, is that a cat on your lap?
Yep.
So cute.
Is that a reverse calico?
What's that?
A tortie.
It looks like it. Yeah, I was gonna say.
What's a
Yeah.
reverse
Like
calico?
the twin of my cat.
He's 17.
My dog got a new present today from Heather Cobb.
Ooh.
It was a chewable or a squeaky toy in the shape of a penis.
Like for the dog?
Nice.
Like a
Are you
dog
sure?
toy?
Toy?
I mean, I guess for the dog, but
So when he destroys it
You
through the
thought
through
it
the
was for the
glitter,
dog.
Is there
When
some for
he-
you, Scott?
when
TJ,
Dobie
that's
destroys it,
it.
does it come out with glitter?
no, it's one of those things where like you kind of don't want him to like it. So of
Does it
course he's
squeak?
gonna like it.
It's
From
supposed
the
to squeak.
Coney shade to
Oh
the
my
penis.
god.
What is
Dog
is she like
shaped
a
or human shaped?
like my dog's a licker of her toys, so I can just imagine how bad that would be if she'd just be there licking it nonstop.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
So no one please don't send Barley any dick toys. She doesn't need that.
She's adorable. You're there.
Yeah, like your parents come over and your dog's just sitting there licking like the dick toy in the corner, and you're like, "What in the world?" Oh,
No, we can put that away if they came over.
I made the event wrong too.
Uh-oh. Don't look, Oak.
One
Oak,
job. One job.
Oak looks a little stoned, anyways.
He's always stoned.
Pot calling the kettle black.
He's too busy trying to beat my ass and chest.
Oak's been up way too long. It's like way past your bedtime, dude.
Another kitty.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to feel it, Derek.
What time did you get up?
It was like 3 today, unfortunately. Yeah.
Eastern
It could have
time.
been 4.
I sat
Or
down
four.
and I looked when I logged in. I realized I had gigantic bags under my eyes.
I always have those. It's all good.
I think I'm trying to get used to the staring at the screen all day again now that we're back in remote land. It's a lot of screen.
Yeah, my body clock is still all messed up. I still wake up at like 2:30 every morning, regardless of what time I go to bed, and it don't really work out because I don't know.
Yeah, so the
But
event I created an event, but it was just on Facebook. I got to go back and do it again, but I have to do it in the nation.
Don't you have a secretary to do that?
Nope.
An assistant?
Off the payroll?
Oh, she jumped.
She looks extremely guilty right now.
Oh my, that is 100% what kids do. They're like, I'm just gonna turn my camera off by putting my thumb over the freaking thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop.
I have a little like tab that I can just like put over there because I have to do some telehealth for patients, and it's like I don't want them to see me until I'm like ready.
You can also just turn your camera off.
I could, but this is easy.
Well,
So are you all remote, Alex?
yeah, we went back to remote right before Thanksgiving.
Who all locked back down? I'm trying to follow all of it, but it's really hard.
Well, we're supposed to be. But
Minnesota is.
We're also Wisconsin, so.
And I don't think that we're going to get out of it. It was supposed to be, I think, 4 weeks, and it started the Friday or Saturday before. I don't know because I was in quarantine, so I lost all track of time. But I think we were supposed to be like 4 weeks, which would have been like the week before Christmas. But we're still climbing, because of North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Thanks, guys.
Dirty Wisconsin.
No problem.
Dirty Wisconsin. No, actually, North Dakota. North Dakota is really bad right now.
North Dakota's really
Well,
bad.
Yeah, they're
Well-
getting like all the patients from the Dakotas and Wisconsin to Minnesota.
Yeah,
Our hospitals are maxed out. Like I have quite a few medical friends, physicians and nurses, and our hospitals are just, isn't your sister at Mayo, Holly?
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting that you're blaming all the other states.
Well,
Yeah.
I love we were
Minnesota
doing
has
everything
no
right here.
role in this.
We
Our
just
numbers
think
have
we have it
actually-
bad.
Okay, well, the people
Because-
in my county are totally at fault. Like, I don't go
It's,
anywhere in my town.
club.
that's right.
I
No,
love
our
under
numbers have
quarantine,
sort
we
of
just came back
stabilized,
from
but I
Iowa.
think they're going to go back. Like, I mean, we haven't seen Thanksgiving. We live in like a fourplex, and we were the only people who were here for Thanksgiving. And then the one next to us, it was the same way. So I don't know, but like our health department, we're in red, which is severe risk. But they didn't put a time limit on it, and they did like a thing on Instagram stories where you could ask questions, and someone asked, "How long are we going to be in this?" And I could totally feel like it was a cheeky response because they pulled up the dashboard in the video and said, "Until these numbers get better." It made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I knew we
Yeah.
were doing bad when a couple of weeks ago Hitchcock got canceled in Iowa. I was like, ooh, Iowa's canceling things. We're in big trouble.
I saw a story today.
Iowa side of the river, and they actually canceled a fat ass and aren't having group runs right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
We
we're
just
not
got
supposed to
back
be
from
having them
Iowa,
either.
So we're under quarantine. So I'm waiting for my second test to come back. My first one was negative, so I've got one more. Should get it tomorrow.
Some places out west, they're locked down so tight that you may travel through an entire city. You might see one person on their porch, but there's no traffic and absolutely everything's locked down. No stores open, no nothing, nowhere. They have very specific hours. They can go shop, and that's it.
In Illinois, people, well, at least in the rural Illinois, like I live, like we have all of the rules in lockdown, but nobody's doing any of them. I just walked past the bar last night and it was full. And the bars
my
aren't even supposed to be allowing people inside, but nobody's enforcing it. So they're doing whatever they want.
Yeah, me and Holly saw a lot of people when we were breaking the rules in the bars. We were running all over the city.
We weren't breaking the rules.
Well, we shouldn't have been running together. Technically.
Why?
We live in
I'm
Georgia.
immune,
It
so I
doesn't
don't
exist down here, apparently.
James, where are you?
We're in northern Georgia, right outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And in both states, it's pretty much like everybody's walking around like, this isn't real. And then you're wearing a mask and they're looking at you like you're an alien. So
I don't care. I still wear a mask even if people think it's dumb. Sorry. I do what I want.
I was traveling the whole country. I wore a mask everywhere, and everybody looked at me stupid. I don't care. I don't catch this stuff.
Yeah, the
Like-
problem is Wisconsin's got Cobb syndrome. They
Do
do
it
what
all.
they want.
They do what they want.
Yeah.
I had to go to the store this afternoon, and it was just like, it's like everybody like this. I'm like, well, no wonder everyone's catching it. Like what? How long has this been a thing? Like,
What the fuck is Steve Tersey doing in here? He doesn't read books. Is he just waiting to play chess with someone? He's just like staring at people. Come play chess with me.
That's exactly right.
I'm not playing chess with Steve for at least 24 hours. Not acceptable.
Oh yeah, that's right. You haven't taken a rematch, have you?
I have not. I need a fucking break.
Look up.
Haven't
and
confirmed
there's
my
Tercy
account.
just sitting back in his chair.
I just
Well,
saw. I just saw.
I
a
have.
Zoom, all right, here. I saw a Zoom link in Slack, and I click on it, and I don't know what's going on.
Just a pickup Zoom, like whatever. There's a Zoom. I'll go.
Yeah, exactly. I just found out it's book club when you said it. I'm like, oh, okay.
You'll be happy to know we're not talking about the book anymore.
I could tell.
Oh, and only like 4 people read it.
He was really hoping I wasn't going to say,
chess,
okay,
I'm gonna
everybody,
have
now
to
let's all stand up
have
and
a
show our
choice word
wieners.
for the oak.
Well, that's.
Oh, wait, what are we doing now?
Oh, Billy's
You might have
paying
to turn
attention
your
now.
camera back on, Billy.
This was book club, but we only talk about the book for like 5 minutes.
Scott, did you make an event in the nation?
I did. Do you see it? Is it Oak Miller proof?
I can't find it.
Hold on, I'll look too. You've had a beer, so I'll look.
People keep telling me they're.
It looks acceptable.
It's acceptable.
Let's see. Events.
Oak Miller is ditching me and Angela on a winter run to go run in Brazil, allegedly, where
Wait,
the
you're doing
corona.
the Brazil 135?
No, where the corona's out of control with Hunter Peak and John Sharp.
What? What could go wrong?
I guess
Yeah,
that's out of the bag.
That sounds like a great idea.
Are you're taking Arby's with you?
They don't have Arby's in Brazil.
I think there's an Arby's in Brazil.
Oak is bringing
I think it's the only food they have.
So you got to bring it with you so you're all stocked up and ready to go.
That's right.
There will be no Arby's being transported.
I was out with
Nice.
Azam and Holly, and that was like an imperative. That was on our list of things to do. We need to go take a picture in front of an Arby's.
I was so disappointed I forgot to put a packet of Arby's sauce in my Secret Santa package to Chris Prairie, because he wrote on his thing, anything that you're allergic to, fuck Arby's.
You did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Oak, did you do the gift exchange?
Yeah.
Did you get Arby's stuff?
I did not, thankfully. Kyle hooked me up though. It was awesome.
I got Matt Hoadley, who's not listening here. I got him an ugly sweater that's all Pearl Jam, because he's a Pearl Jam fanatic, except it's been lost in the mail for a couple weeks, so he's been sad thinking that his Secret Santa doesn't like him. But
This
you
is
should
why
get
you just gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah, that's
I
where
haven't
Fabi
gotten
and I
mine
are.
yet.
I still don't know who
Really
mine was.
waiting.
I got my stuff, but I have no idea who it was.
There's
My
no name on
person
it?
got
I know who
theirs.
yours is.
I
know who yours is.
I couldn't tell if my person figured out
You
that
know
it
who-
would like
What?
they posted it in the Nation, and I mean it said where it came from, so you'd think they'd have gotten it, but I couldn't tell.
Brad got my stuff. I know that.
Well, it
You
was
guys
easy
are
for.
all jealous of my socks. I know you are.
Socks
They're
are nice.
amazing.
Those are awesome.
Now, my wife wants a pair of those socks.
The power sock.
I saw those. I immediately went to Amazon that day to get something for somebody.
Yeah, you just go straight onto Amazon, have it shipped straight to them. You can put a guest thing in there so they don't know who it's from.
Well, that's how I had to do my Secret Santa, because I was in quarantine, so I couldn't actually go out and shop anywhere. So I felt kind of bad, because I probably should have had it sent to me and then done all the wrapping and then mail it. But because I'm watching everybody open their things, and they're getting all these fun, different,
I forgot to put
random
a card in
baskets.
the package I sent out. I thought,
Diane Durden sliding in with 7 minutes to go.
I was on another call for a class I was taking. Sorry.
Did you read the book?
I did not. I started to, and I could not. I started listening to it, and I had difficulties because the guy spoke so fast. I'm just like, all right, never mind. But I saw your post about come to the meeting anyways, even if you didn't read the book.
Okay, so you knew this was a book
Yes,
club.
yes, I know it's a book club.
Well, you could be pulling a
saw your
Tercy. I don't
post
know.
about come to the book club meeting even if you didn't read the book, so you can be chastised by the rest of us for not reading the book. So
It'd be a small group if it was only those of us who read the book.
Okay, I watched like
Finished the book.
3/4 of
Finished.
the movie. Does that count?
Oh, there's a movie?
Yes.
Should
There
have watched
Is the movie
actually
good?
there was a series that you can watch it on YouTube. I want to say 4-part series in the 90s. It was a British production and it had Anthony Hopkins in it and a couple other really kind of famous actors that you would know, and it was done really well.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, it wasn't awful.
To add that to the winter break list.
Yeah.
But I did
Anthony I'm sorry, Anthony Hopkins played the criminal from the beginning who ends up becoming his benefactor.
Ooh.
I could see that working.
Yeah.
It'd be a good Deadpool pick too.
Derek, what are you wearing? Is that
It's a filter.
Are you Brad?
Not even
Robert, are you ready, kids?
Oh my gosh, that's SpongeBob.
He's the book pirate.
Oh.
Not to be confused with the other kind of pirate.
What's the song go?
Is that like a filter, or are you actually wearing that?
The filter.
Oh.
Have you guys already picked the next book?
Here.
Yes.
You did.
I'm safe now.
What is it?
Illusions, the story of a reluctant Messiah by Richard Bach.
Oh, maybe I should go change my RSVP then.
It's only 144. You can do it.
Uh-oh.
Bye, guys. Sorry, that's me. I'm going to drop off. Bye.
All right, see you, Steve.
Sorry, you're so busy.
Yeah, sorry. It's my mother.
My mother.
I still don't
So-
see the event in the nation.
Yeah, it's there. You got
That's
the
okay.
events. It's down. There's other stuff above it.
So Tercy shows up late, doesn't know why he's here,
Got
doesn't
you.
read the book, doesn't turn the ringer off, and then leaves early.
It's awesome. I love it.
Just to summarize.
Ooh, Derek's really fancy, right? Fancy.
What in the world?
All right, well, we got 3 minutes left. Anything else?
Have you guys watched The Queen's Gambit or even read the book?
Not yet.
Yes, I just started watching it a few days ago. I'm in
No.
episode
Loved it.
4. It's
Yes.
Yeah,
I want her
really
entire wardrobe. What?
Okay, so I've watched the first episode. Is it better to read the book first?
Oh, the book is so good. It's got more inner dialogue, like so, you kind of get what she's feeling, and I don't know. I guess most books are like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. All books are better.
I'm going to read that then. Put it on
it
my
is.
list.
It's really good. It's kind of
Series is really good.
It's weird. Like the book is kind of weird in the beginning. There's some like weird stuff, but if you can, you get past that, and then it's like it gets really good.
Ooh, it's included in your Audible membership. So anybody with Audible, you can get it for free.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Yep, it's really good. I was really surprised. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like a book about chess, but it was really good.
I know. I was really reluctant to watch it when my husband was like, "Hey, do you want to watch this? I heard it's really good." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Who wrote the book?
Walter.
Yep. He wrote The Color of Money too. I think it's the same Color of Money with the 40 hard-boiled eggs. Holly, you remember that movie?
No, that's Cool Hand Luke.
That's Cool Hand Luke and
Oh, that's right. Color of Money's the
100 eggs.
That's the other. Is that a pool movie too? I see. I fucked it up now.
Yeah, Color Money is pool movie.
Yeah, with is it Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Cuban Goodman?
No.
Gooding?
Tom Cruise
What's
is a
his
pool
name?
hustler.
Keanu Reeves, same person?
No.
No.
Could be. You also have 40 days to get your Deadpool picks in.
Is that open now?
Picks open?
It is. I saw the
Open.
post about it the other day.
Yeah. Start getting your picks in.
Hey.
I actually got some hits this year.
People can participate?
What?
Is there a limit on how many people can participate?
Unlimited.
Okay. I'm going to
Tell
play
your
this.
friends, tell your family.
I'm gonna play.
Anyone you know that likes dead people, just invite them.
Do you have to be able to see dead people or just like dead people?
You got to pick who's gonna die.
I know.
Kill him.
I got Jimmy Carter.
No.
That's a good one.
So if you go to pick somebody, somebody else has it. They can't be picked by somebody else already.
No, you can pick anybody you want, but once the year starts, once the thing locks, you can only pick up a free agent if nobody else has them on their sheet.
Okay. So like if I went in, you just said you had Jimmy Carter, I couldn't pick Jimmy Carter?
You can pick him right now, yes.
Okay. Oh, well,
but if you don't pick him, and then there's a trade round or a free agent round, you can't get him if somebody else already has him.
Okay, got it.
So pick them now.
There's probably rules on the website, right, that I could
There's
read.
like 1,000
and
rules.
ask
Don't worry
any
about
question.
it. Just pick 20 people that might die.
All right.
you gotta
20.
do.
Hmm.
And
All right.
the tip is, if you can pick the person nobody thinks is going to die that dies, that's where the big
more
money is. Yeah.
I had a solo.
Who's that?
Some musician, Rocco Prestia. Tower of Power
him.
bassist.
How did you pick him?
Yeah.
I searched for some Deadpool things.
Yeah.
This is the first year I actually got any hits, and I had RBG too. So
Yeah, I have it too.
It's your fault.
Sorry, I killed RBG.
Fuck.
That's okay. I killed Eddie Van Halen.
Nobody had Eddie Van Halen.
I had Eddie Van.
Oh, you did? Oh, wait, I did too.
You did too? Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I got
Van
Ozzy.
Halen.
Ozzy's a good one.
I got Justin Bieber.
Also a good one.
I'm still waiting on Sandra Day O'Connor, though, for the
Michael
double
J.
Ladies
Fox.
of Justice.
Bill
Should get a
Cosby.
bonus for that. If they
Michael
both
J.
win.
Fox?
I just seen Michael J. Fox in the news. Apparently, he's doing good. He's never gonna. He's never.
He's hanging on forever.
Doing well.
There's a nuclear apocalypse, and the only person left alive is Michael J. Fox.
Last year, it was Emerson and Lake both died, but not Powell.
Not Palmer?
Palmer.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer?
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? All right, well, that's an hour. I'll put it up on the YouTube for people that missed it.
And we're reading the Bible again? Is that what it was?
Yes. No. Torah, Old Testament only, fucker.
Wait,
We
when
don't
are
care
we-
about
when
the
are
new
we-
rules. We just want to care about the old rules.
Is that
Well,
the next book?
No,
No.
don't
No.
listen to
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
much shorter.
It's
Illusions?
Illusions, the story of a reluctant Messiah. We'll have to put a post of I'll put Mandy's link in there, the post on Amazon.
It's between Cat in the Hat and the Bible.
My second choice was going to be High Fidelity.
Why
since
can't
we've
we
never
read
had that,
Cat in
but-
the Hat?
Not on the Desert Island list.
Yeah.
That's-
What? I was for sure one of y'all would pick something from Dr. Seuss for the Desert Island list.
Where the Sidewalk Ends is on the list.
Joel Silverstone?
Yeah.
Silverstein?
Yep.
It's right on our coffee table.
All right. Well, go read. Holly, start now, okay?
Heck.
I don't want to hear about it later.